Hello and welcome to 100% Chelsea, your one-stop shop for all transfer-related news this January to do with Chelsea Football Club. Tonight it is just me. I've returned, and Mr. Orhan Tully is here as well. The maestro, he's literally all day. You go into a little chat we've got, and he's just putting all these transfer news stuff in there. It's brilliant. It's like having a little Jim White from Sky Sports, except he's Irish and Jim White's Scottish.
Thanks, Louis.
No problem at all, mate. But anyway, introduce yourself as you do.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Orhan Tully. As you may recognise me from Sky Sports, it's my special day with John Terry. And you can follow me on Twitter at Tully_Orhan.
Love that twug. Love that plug. Love that. Brilliant. But anyway, let's get on with this transfer news. What's going on at your end then, mate? What have you heard?
Well, I cannot remember what paper it was from, but reports that we could end up like Atletico and Real and get a transfer ban. This is because about 4 years ago, Bertrand Traore had played an under-18s game for Chelsea in a friendly at the age of 16, and FIFA regulations do state that players under the age of 18 cannot sign for a club abroad. But as I read the article, and it said Chelsea did not finalise paperwork until he was eligible. But there will still be some controversy around it, as Atletico and Real have gotten banned for the same thing.
Oh, okay. So basically, we're being thrown under the bus, despite the fact that Atletico and Real actually did sign these players. I'm guessing in Real's case, it's Martin Odegaard. Am I right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah.
Okay, so they've signed him, but we didn't sign him, did we?
It doesn't seem like it, because what I read, he only signed in 2014 and was shipped out on loan to Vita Arnhem. And with friendlies, the players do not have to be registered. You can just play them at underage level. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think he was a registered player. But if he was, we will face the consequences.
Okay, so that's why we could fall down. Obviously, this would affect, because we're not getting Champions League. Let's be honest here. I really sincerely doubt we're going to get Champions League, and we're obviously looking to open up to what we could do in the summer and onwards. If we get this ban, then can we sign players in this window, but not the January and summer afterwards?
Well, no, it'll be the summer and January. But yeah, okay. And then I think it'll be like Barca when they had their ban. We can sign players, but we cannot play them. Like Ada Turan and Alex Vidal for Barca.
Okay, right. That's not ideal. But yeah, obviously we're going to have to find a way to figure out how to process all of this. But obviously we'll take it as it comes. Obviously this is all speculation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's speculation. Nothing confirmed yet.
All right, okay. So
it could be a silver lining if we do get the ban, because that could open the door for players like Patrick Bamford, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and lots of the players coming back from their loan spells.
Okay, but then that means we have about 2 squads worth of loan players to come back.
Yeah, but we don't have to keep them all.
Yeah, no, but we would, because we wouldn't be able to offload them. There'd be no transfers. So basically, we would be in a little bit of a pickle, to put it politely. So yeah, but obviously, let's take that as speculation. We'll obviously give you guys updates on that. The more we hear about it from our little Jim White here. I think what you should do, what we should have for Orhan, is how I've got this like transfer news thing here. I think we'll just put Jim White underneath him. But of course, what we'll do is we will move on to our next our next piece of transfer news. Orhan, can you fill me in, please, mate?
Yeah, this transfer news is managerial transfer news, and it is the form of our former player Didier Deschamps, who is currently managing the French national team. We have been linked with him because his contract doesn't expire after Euro 2016. Louis, what do you think about? Do you think he's a perfect fit, or do you think it'll be a hit and miss if we do manage to get him on board?
Personally, I don't know enough about him as a manager to say anything about it. From what I've heard is he turned that French team around because they were not performing to what they could have done. And when I saw a couple of games of them at the World Cup, I thought they were pretty decent. However, when we played them, when England played them again, the friendly a few months back, it looked a little bit slow. It didn't look great, but I don't know, that could potentially be the occasion getting to them. I think that he could potentially be a good fit, but it's a case of I don't know enough about him as a manager. As a player, he's great, but as a manager, I'm clueless, if I'm honest.
Well, he did guide France to a credible finish in the World Cup, only losing out to the world champions. And like you said, he did turn that team around, who could barely beat Ireland, for goodness sake, on a Trapattoni. They had to beat him through a handball.
True.
So, that's how bad that French team was.
True.
But
True.
he, like you said, he has transformed them. He's brought players into the side like Martial and Griezmann and Pogba. So maybe he'll be good at bringing in the youth. But other than that, I'm like yourself. I'm undecided.
Well, like you just said, he's Griezmann, Pogba, Martial. Obviously, Martial's at Manchester United, but Pogba and Griezmann have obviously been two previous transfer targets for Chelsea. So obviously, a bit of transfer news which will nicely tie in with this is obviously to do with Antoine Griezmann, and is it a 75 million bid that we're going to put in for him?
Yeah, there is a report that there is 75 million, but what I've read, Griezmann doesn't want to go. He wants to try to win trophies with Atletico Madrid, but in the case that some big club comes along, he might not be able to resist the offer. Diego Simeone has said previously that he is powerless to stop him from leaving the club. So I don't know what to take on it. With Atletico's transfer ban coming up, I can't see them selling him anytime soon unless it was for a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, I can completely agree. I think he could potentially be a quality. Well, not potentially, he would be, but like you say, he doesn't seem to want to come. But I think Atletico, if they get this transfer ban, I think the one key factor to the players wanting to stay at that club is Diego Simeone's man management, and I personally think that if he were to leave, which speculation seems to link it to him possibly doing so in the next 6 months, I reckon there could be a lot of players coming in and out of that club or leaving, and obviously may possibly wanting to join us because of Simeone. So if Simeone came to Chelsea, I think that could possibly be a big opportunity for us to sign a player of Griezmann's caliber. But obviously, let's move on to the next bit of transfer news. Oran, have you got anything else for me?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Cuadrado. It looks like he'll be coming back to us during the summer, as Max Allegri at Juventus has not warmed him. We were looking for between 18 and 19 million from Juventus, but they're not willing to pay that for a player who isn't getting into their first team at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was killing it for them at the beginning of the season, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah,
but I honestly haven't had enough time this year to sit down and watch the amount of football I used to. I've been so busy. But obviously, I've got family in Italy, and I talk to them a lot. And one of them is a Juventus fan, and he was saying, he was killing it at the beginning of the season, but he's gone down a bit of a slippery slope. And I'm there going, well, what are you talking about? He's saying, well, he's not really fitting into our style of play anymore. But I don't know. It could be a fairly interesting opportunity for him to possibly come back to the squad. Because if I'm honest, he could easily fit into our squad right now. And I mean, because I think what possibly led to his downfall at Chelsea previously was Mourinho's style of play. I think that there was obviously the fact that he was very lightweight on the ball, and he did rely heavily on his pace. But I think if we have a more open game, I think there's a lot more possibilities for Cuadrado to possibly fit But there's an interesting comment here. Andreas Navas, it's Allegri. He likes to play Lichtstein over Cuadrado. I don't know if the Juve still play three at the back.
Yeah, I think they do. At first, Allegri didn't play three at the back, but now he's reverted to the usual style of like three at the back and the wing backs of Lichtstein and Ever.
Okay, so obviously he will probably want to play him over Cuadrado. Lichtsteiner is a lot more defensive, and that's obviously what you need. If you're playing three at the back, you need someone who can get up and down the pitch and have that stamina. I don't think Cuadrado's got that in his tank. I don't think he's one of those box to box up and down the side players, and I think he's very attacking minded. So that's possibly why he's not being picked. But have we got anything else to cover, mate, or is?
Well, reports from Brazil saying the Pato move has been finalised for a 6-month loan deal, and possibly, and in the summer, if we want, we can sign him permanently. I think it was Felipe Massa, whatever. I think he's a Formula One driver or something like that.
Yeah.
Who posted on Instagram, "Good luck at Chelsea" and stuff like that. So I think that's a done deal. But from what I've seen, it's just deal is finalised, nothing concrete yet.
Why do we have Pato? I don't understand why we're bringing in this player when we have someone who's potentially just as good in someone like Bamford or Tammy Abraham, and they have no market price because they're free, because we already have them. I don't know. It's going to be another flop if you ask me. I mean, what do you think, mate?
Well, I prefer, as in like, I think it'll be better than Falcao, and at least he won't be injured. But I don't know why we're bringing him in, right? If Costas are definitely main striker, and we're not giving Remy a chance. As in, we discussed it on last night's show. Remy needs far more of an opportunity before we bring in someone else to say that he's failed. Because Remy hasn't failed yet. He hasn't got a chance to fail, or he hasn't got a chance to, not fail. So I don't think it's the best move to bring in Pato. I think once the loan deal expires, he won't be coming back because we'll have a new manager and he'll want new players in. So I honestly don't think it's the best move for us.
100% agree. I think maybe that's potentially why it's a loan deal till the end of the season. But I really think this is poor.
And I think that's probably why we won't make any signings, in my opinion, in this transfer window. Because if the new manager comes in and doesn't like the player, he's been here 5 months and he's gone, and we have to get, and we're paying him massive wages we've been paying him massive wages for no apparent reason.
Which we're going to be doing anyway, and we have been doing with players like Falcao. I just don't understand it personally. But let's get on to some comments. I've found I saw quite an interesting one from Chelsea Forever number 10. Now, obviously, Matic had a fairly decent game against Arsenal at the weekend. But obviously, we'll have to see what's going on. But there was talk a few weeks ago or a few days ago of him potentially leaving, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think we brought that up a couple of days ago as well.
Yeah, so Chelsea Forever 10 says, thoughts on Cucurella from Sevilla? I think he could be Matic's perfect replacement. I think that's
the Kudraviak.
Kucharyak, yeah, the one that he on the field of the Polish guy.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good signing, but I can't see him leaving Sevilla yet because I think he's only been there this year. This is his first season.
Yeah, I mean,
and plus, at the moment, if you look at the league table and the way we're playing, we won't get Europe at the moment. And staying at Sevilla, he most likely will get Europe. True.
A lot of comments coming in about Pato, mate. So, Will Mosling, it looks as though Pato's attitude is much better now. He's ready to elevate himself to the top of Europe again and believe for such a low fee, it's definitely worth taking a punt.
I think that's a bit unfair, the attitude thing. He was injured for most of his time when he was in Europe. How is being injured having a bad attitude? That's what I like to say.
That's true, but I just don't think it was worth taking the punt when we've already got these players available.
I agree. I don't think it was worth taking the punt, but being injured, that's definitely no excuse for a bad attitude.
100% agree. 100%. But let's have a look, see if we got any more comments. to have a quick read through. This has been a fairly short stream because there's not really a lot to talk about. So we're trying to stretch it out with you guys by having a bit more.
Like I was saying, I can't remember. I was like, we're doing one every day now. So like, we apologize for not having as much to talk about because doing it every day, we're trying to fit in as much as we can. We're getting less in each day because we're covering so much in each episode. So we apologize.
Well, I'm going up through the comments, and I've just found a very, very interesting piece of transfer news. Would you like to hear it, Warren?
Yeah, go on, Louis.
It's speculation, but I think it can go straight in the bin, personally. I don't think it's true. But Abramovich believes that he could command a fee similar to the world record 88 million that Real paid to land Gareth Bale, and he thinks he can do it for Hazard.
Yeah, well, there was actually reports that we weren't going to sell him for less than 80 million. But I had written down for yesterday that City were interested in Hazard, and they were only willing to pay £61.5 million.
Yeah, I don't think. I think fingers crossed.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're right, mate. You're right.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed we could command such a big fee, but I think potentially we've got a massive asset there in Eden Hazard, and to think if we don't get this transfer ban and Real do, obviously whoever it's the presidential elections in a couple of years' time, I think for Real or in a couple of windows. Sorry, so obviously the way that Barca and Real have their elections is obviously if you take for example David Beckham a few years ago. The Barca president who came in said, "I will sign David Beckham." That was his main argument and his main case to become president. Obviously, in the end, he went to Real Madrid, so he wasn't liked very much, and he went out the door relatively quickly. But the essence of their aim is to sign a marquee player. Potentially, we have to look at it with a view that Hazard is definitely going to leave at some point. However, if the Real transfer ban is not lifted, I think build around him with players that are potential. So almost you've got to look with it a view. So right, he can go. He might leave at some point. So let's have these players who can come in and fill the void. And when he leaves, we haven't got such a massive deal to worry about. But thank you to Ryan for that piece of transfer news. It's great to see you guys leaving comments because we are really getting stuck. We want to make this probably about 20 minutes for you guys. If you've got something worthwhile watching, rather than something that's 15 minutes long and not really a lot there.
I do actually have one more transfer that I had actually forgotten about.
All right, go on then, mate.
I have no idea to pronounce his name, but I'll give it a shot. Kylan Mababa. I can't speak French, as you can tell, but L'Equipe, French newspaper, have linked him with a number of European clubs, such as us, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. But they've also said at the moment Arsenal are favourites. I do not know much about him, but Monaco have produced some good youngsters, and have had been able to progress these youngsters onto better players, like they did with James Rodriguez when he went from Porto to Monaco, like they have with Martial. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know enough about him, but he could be someone to put some money on, bring him in and see what he can do. But if we brought him in, he would probably be just sent out in line and we'll never see him again.
Where's he from? What position does he play, sorry?
Left back.
A left back?
Yeah. As far as I'm aware. So let's just say defender for now. But I'm pretty sure he plays left back.
All right, okay. Right, I think... well, we do need a left back. And so I can move Aspilicueta over as with Ivanovic. But you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do need these players. But I think we should sign someone with a bit more
experience.
That's the word.
Yeah, because he's only 17 as well.
Yeah. I definitely. I think we need more experience. Oh, okay, right. This name has come up 4 or 5 times now. Jose Gaya.
Who's he playing for again?
Valencia, left back, quality.
Oh, yeah.
At least he's on FIFA, but you know.
We haven't really been linked with him, but I do think I would I like to see him playing for us? I don't know. I say there is probably better left backs out there than him, but I'm not saying he's a bad left back. I'm just saying there probably is better left backs out there that we could set our eyes on.
That's fair enough. But anyway, instead of really drawing this out and making it, because it seems to have slowed down a lot, we will end it there, guys. So thank you so much for watching this stream. I'm sorry it's been so short, but there isn't a lot to talk about anymore. We're having that DJ Deschamps story was from yesterday, so we're trying to pull that across so we had more to talk about. So we are going to fill you in on whatever we can do. So thank you so much for watching this edition of Daily Blues. Please follow 100% Chelsea. All social media links will be down in the description for our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Snapchat. Follow Oran on Twitter. What is it again, mate?
My Twitter is Tully_Oran.
Okay, brilliant. So make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. Follow me on my personal Twitter at Louis the Boogaloo. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is The Boogaloo. A link to that will be down in the description. And you guys take care, and I'll see you very soon. Oran, would you like to sign off?
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have more transfer news for you.
Fantastic. This guy's good. He's definitely Jim White. All right, lads and ladies, see you later.